What is up, guys? This is Dr. Frankenmax, and in my most recent Team Fortress 2 gameplay video, somebody addressed something that I addressed something about a specific stab that, well, I could have done, a situation that happened in the video, and somebody misunderstood what I was asking. Here's the comment. From Brandon Hartner, have you ever tried Demo Man? He gets kills constantly around corners. Well, this was in response to this situation right here. So I saw that spy coming out of spawn, and okay, stop right there. Pause right there. So I had just barely picked up some health, and I was running low on my cloak and dagger, so I thought this would be a good time to take a stab. And I see that sniper running away from the enemy spawn, so I knew it was a spy. I jumped down and was getting ready to flip around and stab him when I saw the Flog Pyro. Now he's coming at me with burn, and right there, I could have whipped around to his shoulder and gotten a corner stab on him, which is a trick stab. Now I know, Brandon, that you probably know what a trick stab is, as you've been playing TF2 for quite some time now, but I thought, you know what? This miscommunication is the perfect opportunity for me to do a trick stab video. So, that's what we're going to do. We have our dancing pyro right here. This is Mr. Lost, by the way. He's kindly said to help out. So he's just going to help us show. Exactly. Lost, just so you know, I'm trying to show the span at which backstab can be made. From one side to the other. So that's what I'm showing off right now. Alright, so as you can see, starting from about right there, we can get a nice clean backstab on him. And we can get it all the way to about right there. So that's a pretty wide girth for a backstab. I think the Dancing Pyro agrees. So let's readdress the situation in Lakeside again. He saw me from around the corner when I was chasing that spy, and naturally he wants to kill me. He thinks I'm going to run away from him, because that's what spies usually do when faced with pyros. But I did something unexpected. I moved into the corner. Two things here. One, that pyro was on a set path. He was going to pass through the tunnel and out the other end of the corner no matter what. It's a habit. He's heading to cap the point, and he wants to go through that corner, so that's eventually where he's headed. Secondly, he's a pyro. He's expecting me to run. He's a pyro, he's a flog, and to a spy that's really scary. So he thinks I'm going to run towards the large health pack in the pyramid or something. What he's not expecting is for me to get into an enclosed space with him while I'm on fire. So keep that in mind while we go to a different map. So this is a corner stab on High Pass. Slowing things down, the enemy is pursuing me and expecting me to run, so I do something unexpected and using my strafing keys, get around to his hitbox so I can corner stab him. One of the main things that makes trick stabs work, and this footage has nothing to do with trick stabs, it's just something for you guys to look at. One of the main things that makes trick stabs work in Team Fortress 2 is the fact that, one, the girth that you have on an enemy's hitbox, and two, the fact that enemy activity, even when an enemy isn't a bot, it can become predictable. So, you need to look at two different things. What an enemy wants to gain or do, and how they're going about trying to gain that reward or perform that action. For example, if a scout is switching to his melee, that means he's thinking about whacking you with it. So you know that he's going to want to get into close quarters with you, which means he's going to chase you. That, in and of itself, should give you all the information you need to perform a trick stab. Let's look at another kind of stab. Okay, this enemy has his fists out, which means he's trying to get in close and personal with me. I can use that in order to time where he's going to be on the hill, and whip around behind him to perform a trick stab. Once again, this enemy has his melee out and he's charging me. I can use this information to duck around him and get a backstab, what's called a matador. This is the opposite of a stair stab. It's called an understab. This usually happens with enemy spies. If they jump over the top of you, you can counter their stair stab with an understab. Once you understand basic trick stab principles, you can pull off trick stabs pretty much anywhere. Like out of a spawn door. Before we go back to the late side example, one more thing. When you backstab somebody with the kunai, you get overheal, and whenever you regain health from something, any afterburn on you comes off. So keep that in mind as we travel back to Lakeside. So in summary, if I had tried for a corner stab on that pyro, using the kunai, I would have gotten overheal from the pyro, the afterburn would have left, and I would have been able to run away without a scratch. But sometimes it just doesn't work out. So, in regards to your comment, Brandon, I guess that's your answer. However, I have been thinking about your suggestion, and maybe I will play Demoman sometime soon. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Click a like, click a comment, click a subscribe, and as always, be sure to stay tuned for more awesomeness. Frank and Max, signing off.